Hey, and welcome back to Beer Babies, the podcasting journey where we try to find the best beer money can buy. I'm your host today, and my name's Will, and I like some beers, and I'm joined today by Billy.
Hey guys, I'm Billy. I like a lot of beers.
And I'm also joined today by Deck.
Hey, I'm Dick. I don't like a lot of beer. Or any. Sorry.
Don't go changing up your intro now, we've only just got it down.
True.
Over 4,000 episodes.
Anyway, and that voice you've just heard, that mystery voice, is from our guest this week. So we've got a person who's had like a long and distinguished career with beer. Is it a career if you only drink it? But anyway, we've got Mark here today. Mark, how's it going?
Excellent, boys. Really well.
And we're really excited to have you on, Mark. We've actually had you on back in season 1. Back in the dark days.
Dark days, dark times.
See, we don't talk about them. There's no video record of it, so
Can we just call that our gap year we were finding ourselves?
exactly. It actually really was. We
Do you reckon there's going to be a time where we're going to look back at this and think it's even dark times as well? When we get like super pro.
no doubt.
It's only ways up.
Anyway, Mark, we know, but for the lovely listeners at home, why don't you tell us what's your history with beer and what's your favourite beer?
My history of beer, well, it started a long, long time ago, kids.
In a galaxy far away.
It was a long way away. Look, I don't discriminate. I like all beer. If I was pressed to single down a beer in particular, I do have a soft spot for the ESBs, the extra special bitters, the English style ale, but I'd never write off a stout. I like dark beer as well.
Okay, that's interesting. It's interesting you say that because those I think those are like my two least favourite types of beers.
Yeah, I was about to say that's everything I hate.
I don't know what the extra bitter like ales are, but it just sounds not.
Well, they are similar. I can find some similarities with a lot of the milder IPAs that are out there.
Okay.
Yeah, not the XPAs and stuff like that. There's some of them I go, oh, that's a bit like that I had back in the day.
So it already sounds like you have just a wealth of knowledge that even combined we don't match. And it's going to be really interesting to have you on the podcast today because I feel like you're pretty much going to just let us know how it is.
We'll see how we go.
It's going to be Mark's podcast now.
Master Yoda.
That's it. Well, because it's Mark's podcast, I've actually brought to the table a beer Mark bought for me. Now, Mark actually got this while he was on holiday in Queensland. Holidays, can you remember those? Seems like something from the distant past. But this is actually from Cairns in Queensland. This is the Coral Sea Tropic IPA. And so we're going to give that one a go today. Dec, did you want to start pouring it out? And I'll read a little bit of information about old Coral Sea Brewing Code that I've found.
It's got a big fish on it.
Billy, don't spoil it. So, like I said, Coral Sea Brewing Co. is located in Cairns, Australia. Coral Sea Brewing Co. was founded in 2016 with a simple mission: to make beers that are perfectly suited for drinking in a tropical environment. And I thought it would be interesting for us today to take something meant for a tropical environment and enjoy it on a nice freezing cold Tassie night.
A nice Baltic evening, eh?
Exactly. So I thought it would be good to really put them to the test. So they say they're a tropical, for tropic weather, and we're going to have it in the exact opposite. I actually think we're probably like from Cairns to Launceston where we record. It's like the furthest away you can be and still be in the country. So
Setting the bar pretty low. So if we really like this beer, you just wait until you have it in some tropical weather, then it really comes to its own.
So this beer in particular, it's called the Tropic IPA, as I said before. All their beers they have Tropic before, so they've got like a Tropic lager and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not sure if they've done something specific to make it tropical or if it's just name IPA.
Tropical seawater, that's what I've heard.
They say that it's a big hoppy beer, which is finely balanced bitterness and earthy, spicy rye malt characters. So you guys have had a little taste. Are you getting spicy?
It's bitter.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm going back to cans. This is taking me back there.
Is it? Yeah.
How many of these did you have when you were over there, Mark?
It was
Did you just find this in your suitcase on your way back because you just got carried away?
as all days are in Cairns. It was a very warm day, and I'd been wandering around shopping, and I spotted this little blackboard that said brewery, and it was down this alleyway, and it looked very, very dodgy. And
It sounds very dodgy.
there's this guy who looked a bit of a character. He was sort of standing in the alleyway. I thought, oh, what's he up to? And then he sort of waved, and he started signaling towards us, and.
Do you want to buy some watches? Or...
That's what it was like. I thought, oh, maybe not just watches, but so I went for a bit of a venture, and I went down there, and there's a small little bar attached to the brewery. You'd never see the brewery. You'd never ever know it was there. And there's a tiny little bar, not much bigger than this studio. And you like that, Dick? That was.
That's saying something. That's.
And anyway, so there was a few guys in there, and they were clearly they were friends. They knew each other, and the chap who ran it or owned it, he was there as well. And they weren't supposed to. They weren't open, but of course we were in there. And it was a stinking hot day. We're dying for a drink, and they said, yeah, sure, not a problem. Hope this doesn't get them in trouble. But anyway, we had a little taster palette thing, and had a bit of a look through the brewery, which I was surprised by how extensive it was. Very professional setup there. Anyway, we had a great time. The guys were very, very loose, as you'd expect in Cairns. No one was wearing shoes. It was just one of the guys was having a few scoops before he was going to work. Really, really, surfy sort of guys. It was absolutely fantastic. So anyway, I would have bought some more, but unfortunately.
You drank it on the plane home.
Well, no, the supply of cans was just about out, and they were about to do a whole batch of canning the following 2 or 3 days after we left. But before, some of the local hotels have a variety of the beers on tap, but also the chap I spoke to told me that they're trying to break into some of the big bottle shops as well. And I believe some of the big boys were taking them on board. Haven't seen them on the shelves here, but again,
it's a long way.
it is for a small.
It sounds like time goes a little bit slower. They're all a bit more relaxed over there, and then I reckon them saying, "Oh, we actually got a new batch coming, and they run out of cans." I reckon that happens all the time. They're probably serving. Shit, we're out of cans again. It's like, who was in charge of cans? No, I was too busy having a couple of scoops. So.
Yeah, well, I suppose like that is that sort of the small brewery is like you can it and then sell it exactly like we don't know how like what their financial setup is like they could be they don't have the money to do the next batch till they've sold this one. Particularly like these really small breweries. If you are looking to head there, I looked up the address. So they say on their website that it's a hidden gem in the Cairns CBD. Their cozy tap room is tucked away down Bank Lane at 15 Spence Street.
Just look for the chalkboard.
Yeah, very cozy. And if he's there, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was an absolute character. He'd been to Tasmania. He worked down the Yuan Valley. Lovely guy. I wish I could remember his name, but I can't.
We'll call him Jim.
Yeah, we'll call him Jim. I can't remember yesterday, so please don't be offended by me not remembering your name. But he was a great guy. He should be in marketing or PR because he certainly got
He could sell a beer, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad he did because I'm really enjoying this. I'm finding
I'm a bit disappointed actually. Will.
Why's that? You didn't know?
6 of them.
I was going to say I think if I hadn't read out that description, bitter probably wouldn't be one of the first words that comes to my mind. I'm not finding it that bitter. I actually think it's quite like smooth.
Well, you can imagine drinking something like that up there, 35 degrees, 90% humidity, stinking hot day, and that would really slice through your thirst.
Yeah, and I think it'd be a bit scary too because these are also 6.5%. So. If you're knocking these back on a hot day,
and that's a big can too.
Yeah, well, there's 2.6 standard drinks in the can, so there's a fair bit to it. I think it's got like a really nice sort of fruity flavour.
It has got a slight fruit sense to it as well. Yeah, but what was it? What was the other flavour that kind of had like flavours of
they said that it was it's got bitterness and an earthy spicy rye malt character.
Okay. Bit of sweetness.
Are you getting a spicy deck?
Yes. I bumped my mic earlier and I'm too afraid to move it.
Good. I should have read the can before, but it says on the back here that it's inspired by outback evenings sitting around a glowing campfire. This tropic IPA is the perfect way to wrap up the day with the colour of burnt orange sun sitting over the Queensland desert, the Sunday market hop punch and stone fruit pine and citrus zest and the suitably malty tones of candied prune and rye spice. You'll be savouring every sip.
I reckon the guy I met in the alleyway, Bank Street or whatever it is, I reckon he's the guy who wrote that because, man, he could talk and that's the sort of stuff he'd come up with.
Yeah, wow.
It's
a good beer. I wish we had more. They're really narrowing in on the field though, because like we might not have that scene here in Tassie, and we don't have the tropical weather. Yeah. So it's like maybe that's part of their marketing. That maybe that's why it hasn't moved down to our local bottle shop yet.
They're restricting themselves.
Yeah, they are. They're boxing themselves in.
Make like a really sad cold beer for it's like this is for all you sad sacks.
Call it the Bass Strait or
I
something.
can picture the lovely evening after a stinking hot day. I just can't imagine the need for a fire in Cairns. Yeah. When overnight it's like 26 degrees. I ain't getting it.
They probably just turn their TV on and just have a picture of a fire.
I like that. That's a good idea. That's what he's referring to.
I feel like this description is matching more with what I'm tasting than the one I read out before. Like definitely the sort of the citrusy, like the zesty, real fruity. What do you think, Deg?
I agree. I also did a really bad job of pouring these out. I feel like you got way more than
How much is in that can? Because I'm devoed that.
I'm pretty sure I got like half a can. There's not much left.
There's a very good reason there's not much left because it's a very good beer.
And I think, to be perfectly honest, I probably haven't been savouring it as much as I should have because I'm just enjoying it too much. And Billy, if only there was a way we could measure how much we were enjoying these beers.
Yeah, I don't know. No, come back with me next time. I might come. Oh, actually, I've got an idea.
What's that, Billy?
How about we rate it out of like 6, as in like 6-pack. Like if someone were to give you a 6-pack of these beers, these long ass neck cans.
If you were given a 6-pack of the Coral Sea Tropic IPA, how many would you drink? Tech, why don't we go to you first? I feel like you're going to have something really interesting to say.
My first question is, how much money does this person make? Because I don't reckon that'd be cheap.
You've got a very wealthy friend that gave you these beers.
Yeah, and I'd probably, I don't know, 1.
Nice, yep. What about you, Bill?
I really like these beers. I really wish there was more. And once this podcast is over, I'm going to fight you for the rest of that can.
I wonder if we'll have to look them up and see if they deliver because, I really enjoyed it. So, Billy, what number?
Easily 6.
What about you, Mark?
6 all day, every day. And I reckon if you reached out to the guys, they'd stick one on a truck or a plane and get it down here if you wanted a carton of it. That's the sort of people they are. They're really genuine sort of guys.
I have genuinely enjoyed this. I think this has been a really tasty beer. And again, I wonder if it is sort of that sort of hot weather sort of beer. It's super fruity and super drinkable.
Well, you did just have the AC on blasting, so it was pretty hot in here. So it kind of feels like
I was trying to get those tropic feels. But no, I have really enjoyed this. And this is close to a 6 for me. I think it's probably a 5.5. But no.
What are you going to do with the other half? Just leave it sitting in the can.
Give it to Declan.
You'd also be feeling pretty alright after 6 of these.
Oh my goodness, you'd be fine. I'm feeling alright right now.
Yeah, because you've got half a can and we had a sip.
Why drink a dozen when 6 will do the job?
Exactly. And speaking of doing the job, I feel like that's what we've done today. It has been great having you come along with us. Mark, thanks for jumping on the pod.
Pleasure.
Boys, thanks for jumping up.
Glad I could be here.
You're welcome.
It's been really great having you guys come along with us. If you've got a beer that you want us to try, Mark wanted us to review this on the pod, so he sent it to us. You don't have to do that, okay? All you have to do is email us at beerbabieспod.
Hey, first of all, they could do that. They could send us beer. If you want to send us beer, we will accept.
I'm going to put Billy's address right here. I'm going to dox him so you can send him whatever you want. But yeah, so our email is beerbabieспod@gmail.com, and we'll review your favourite beer. And that's about it. So we'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
See ya.
Peace out.
Ciao for now.